You're listening to After the Review with Peter and Terrell. New episodes of our podcast are available every Tuesday afternoon on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and Spotify, as well as new videos daily on our YouTube channel. If you like our content, please share and subscribe, and enjoy the episode. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After the Review with Peter and Terrell. I'm your host, Peter, and with me this week, as you guys can see on YouTube maybe, is Terrell. What's up, Terrell?
I'm back, man. Back in Texas. Long drive. Took me and my sister 3 days. I guess it's technically 2.5, you would say. But it was pretty drive. Would not. I guess I should say I would not recommend it, but would not want to do it willingly
again.
But I'm back here in Texas in the great state. About to move to Austin, actually, closer to you.
Ooh.
So maybe we'll do a couple of these pods in person.
Live and in person. I like it. I like it. But who knows, man? Things might be shutting down again. Like I said, we were talking about this beforehand since everybody's coming up with COVID tests again. Things are a little crazy out there. But yeah, live and in video too, in person. I like this little aspect.
We're trying all new things here.
I know, we need to up the content up. So let's start. Baseball's back. Me and Dawson kind of touched on it. It hadn't been totally ratified when we recorded last week, but now it's back. 60-game season. Players report to training camp on Saturday? Tomorrow. Wednesday, 1st and 2nd. So it's starting. Wow. It's here.
Yeah. Training camp in their home
stadiums, I think, yeah. And then games start the 23rd and the 24th of July, so it's going to start before basketball. We're going to have baseball back, which is kind of hilarious the way everything worked out.
Yeah, but baseball, I don't know, they have more games to get in for basketball. Essentially has
8 games in the playoffs.
Something games. 8 games in the playoffs. So.
But they can only play 2-3 games a day. I think the basketball schedule came out this week, and it's 3 games a day they're averaging.
Yeah, but that's plenty. That's enough for me, especially those first 2 weeks, like those first 8 games plus the first round of playoffs is like, that's enough. That's more than like what I want. 3 games. I mean, essentially what you start at 4 p.m. Eastern and you go all the way until like 12 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I know. I think what was it? The first tip off for that Lakers Clippers game the first night is 9:00 local time. Which I guess it doesn't really affect everybody since everybody's in the Eastern time zone now. But I was like, oh man, that sucks. I mean, that game's over at like midnight almost. You're essentially back at the hotel by 12:31 at that point. So
that sucks. I mean, that'd be fine. What else are you gonna?
Yeah, there's no back-to-backs. I don't think either.
There's no back-to-backs, but there's no 2-day rest like there has been. It's always just 1 day rest.
So it's like the playoffs.
They'll play a 7-game series in 14 days. So
yeah, so it's like the playoffs. It's like you play every other day.
It's like the playoffs. The playoffs, the first round of playoffs. Yeah, but are you talking about the 8 games?
I'm talking about the 8 games, and I mean the first round's ridiculous anyway, where there's like 3 days off after like playing 2 games or 1 game because
there's none of that anymore.
Mm-hmm. So that's fine. I think players want to play every other day because they get, just kind of want to stay in a rhythm, especially if you're hot.
If they're stuck in that bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're stuck in that bubble, you're probably like, I want to play every other day for sure. Did we figure out if they're using multiple courts or is it just one court?
I think I saw 2 courts. Don't hold me to that. But I think
I would assume they would start games like simultaneously, like not simultaneously, like you know how like NCAA is like
game ends, next game rolls in.
Yeah, type of like, but this game is like already like kind of like always they've done everything they need to do to like kind of start and they like maybe start a couple minutes while the other game's ending.
Yeah, I don't know because maybe they want to have that might mean more personnel though to be running both courts at the same time. So maybe they don't want to do that because of all the cleaning stuff. I know. So baseball's got 60 games, so they should be done normal time. I think they're trying to play a normal season now. They're just picking up midway through July. I saw some really funny and interesting stats. Like the Nationals, who won the World Series last year, were 27-31 after 60 games last year or something like that. They were behind the Pirates, who finished in last place in their division. So it's like,
you really have to get hot at the beginning, I guess. It's really
you have to come in fresh. And then another one was the Marlins, who have won 2 World Series in their history, will be tied within one game of first place with 60 games remaining for the first time ever. So they've never been close to being in first place this late in the season. They've always been a wild card and won 2 World Series off a wild card.
That's crazy.
I mean, but it's not going to go anywhere for them. But yeah, so you play, let's see, we were just looking this up. You play 40 games against your other 4 division teams, because there's 5 teams in each division, and then 20 games against the outer league division. So the AL East plays the NL East, and West plays West, Central plays Central, to limit travel. Playing at home ballparks, I know that. I know they already announced that the Nationals and Yankees are going to be the first game, which that should get everybody to the TV. So I'm excited. Yankees hopefully win. I know everyone's going to give them an asterisk if they win, though, but I'm going to freaking take it.
Yeah, you take whatever. You give me an asterisk if you want, whatever. I think we're hopping to basketball. I think this is a bigger asterisk now that players are like opting out. I think that's like the biggest, or like players, you know what I mean? Like players with COVID and all this. But like that's like I definitely warn asterisks now. I know we said at the beginning like
who's opting out though? There's no superstars opting out.
There's no superstars, but there's like key role players opting out though, which I think is just as important as like Avery Bradley to the Lakers is a big loss. Like now they were replaced with J.R. Smith. Like come on.
Hey, JR's playoff. The only thing JR does help you with is he's got playoff shots.
I get you, but he's not playing evens like Avery Bradley was.
That's true. JR's playing 0 defense. But hey, they got Caruso. Caruso ranked, they said, was like 5th. They both ranked in the top 5 for defensive efficiency. So Caruso's just going to have to step it up.
I guess so, yeah.
Maybe you get fresh LeBron. Maybe that helps.
I'm not saying anything. Yeah, you got fresh LeBron. There's no doubt. Like they'll be okay. But I'm just saying, like, is asterisks or whatever, losing these key players like DeAndre Jordan says he's not playing now.
But he at least tested positive.
He's tested positive, yeah.
I shouldn't say
which makes me think, why should you not go play now? You have a whole month to get it together. You get your health back up, and then you've already got it, so what are you just scared of now?
I think the Nets are just phoning it in anyway. I don't even think they want to make the playoffs at this point.
I think it's that point. I think it's something like that. Because Spencer Dinwiddie has it too.
Yeah, and he's 50-50, I think he said, coming back.
It's got to be about being in New York. They should have got them out of there sooner.
Yeah, it's...
I don't know if they're all in New York or not. But.
Anybody in a big city, New York, LA, any big city, anybody in Texas, it's all the big cities. But do those guys really live in the city is another thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what are they doing to catch COVID, though? That's no question.
That's true. I don't know. I know they saw... So Jabari Parker tested... Yeah, how about Jabari Parker tested positive, and then somebody saw him out playing tennis yesterday with no mask on after he tested positive.
Say fuck it.
Yeah, like what? Really, dude? You're positive? You know you're positive, and you're going to be out there with no mask? Are you kidding me?
See, he's like, man, it's hard to breathe this mask and play tennis.
Oh, yeah, good call, Jabari. Maybe you should focus on your basketball game since it fell off a freaking cliff after you left Duke.
Yeah, I wonder how much stuff he touched to get from his car to the tennis court.
Everything. People are just...
Yeah.
It's just, like, selfish and stupid. Like, stay inside for 2 weeks. You're sick. Get over it. It's like, no, I'm fine. I feel fine. So, fuck it. Who cares?
I mean, I agree with you. But yeah, on the other end, like once it's a one thing to like walk around and like, oh, like you might get it, but once you're like positive, you kind of got to do the right thing and just go ahead.
You gotta eat. You gotta bite the bullet in quotations and say, and just be a responsible human being for everybody out there. And it's like,
I know it sucks. 2 weeks is a long time, but
I mean, we're 3 months into this thing. You can handle 2 weeks. And once you know you got it, and once you're over it, you're pretty much fine to do whatever now. Because you're not going to get it again, probably.
Exactly, probably not. Should we all just go get it?
No,
Should they all just give us a shot?
I don't want it. I've seen some side effects. If you catch it, there's some crazy stuff out there. Like, apparently it's giving people diabetes now. Like, this thing is a beast. Oh, wow. Yeah, then nobody knows what's going on with this thing. So I don't need to be catching that.
Fair enough. Touche. I'll give you that.
So yeah, people are some guys opted out of baseball too. They don't want to go. They're blaming, the same thing, health reasons or whatever, which I get, especially if you live with older people or you're in contact with older people. Like, I'm sure a lot of guys have their in-laws with them or really close to them. They're supporting them or their own parents, whatever. I say in-laws because that's just the stereotypical thing, right? Yeah. I got to deal with the wife's in-laws. Yeah. So I do get that. I don't think anybody's getting in trouble. I know we talked about, you asked if Avery Bradley gets a ring for not showing up. And I was like, LeBron better not give him a ring. No ring.
Because technically he played, how many games?
60 or whatever.
80 something, 90, 60 plus games, yeah. So someone say, yeah, but I also see no. But I don't know. That's the Lakers' decision to figure out if they win a championship, if they give Avery Bradley a ring. I mean, I think you kind of have to. You can't be like, we're not giving you a ring because you didn't go through the bubble with us and all this. But, he's with us. He just had a different set of mindset behind it.
I mean, if he was a man, I don't want to call him a man. Like, Matt Barnes didn't take his ring from Golden State when he won it because he said he didn't feel like he earned it. So maybe Avery Bradley cops out and says, I don't feel like I earned this ring. I didn't really play in the playoffs. But then there was that weird year where Varejao got traded from the Cavs to the Warriors, and he was getting a ring no matter what when they played each other because he had qualified for both teams, which I thought was hilarious also.
So he was just chilling.
Yeah, he's like, I'm getting a ring. Hooray!
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I would be wanting the team I currently play for to win, to get that ring and feel that.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're not going to be mad if it was, okay, I contributed halfway through the year. And you know what? I sabotaged. That's the mindset. I sabotaged the team I got traded to so we could win.
Yeah. Traded for, yeah.
All right, I guess we can move on to your boy, Cam. Best buddy.
My boy.
He's back. Cam Chowder?
He's Cam Chowder. You like that, huh?
I like that. You like that?
Oh man. No, yeah, I'm excited for Cam. First reports I think coming out was that he wasn't guaranteed to start a spot. Obviously, they still think they want to give Jerry Stidham a chance. Okay, cool. I think Belichick did this in a smart way. He's like, he waited it out. He's like, I can get him later. He waited. He got him when no one else really wanted to, take a chance on him. And then I think all this to happen that was like all this like COVID stuff prolonging, no training camp or not as much practice time. He's like, I need to get a guy in here who's played who can, I kind of can just throw in and be okay with.
I think it's interesting. Cam has been releasing all those videos of him working out with OBJ and things like that. And I see it as a negative and a positive sometimes. I think for Cam, it was a good positive because it shows, A, I'm healthy, I'm in shape, I'm moving well, and I want to play football. He took a minimum deal for an MVP, $7.5 million, with a lot of incentives. And people were crushing, Richard Sherman came out and said some nonsense. It's like, he's like, this is ridiculous. When's a former MVP had to take a weak contract like that? It's like, calm down, Richard. He was 27th, 23rd, and 24th the last 3 seasons, and he has an injury history. I think it's more than a fair contract on a 1-year deal to see if Cam still got it, because he had a bum shoulder, had surgery, and then he tore his Liz Frank in his foot, which I did. That's awful for a guy who's a mobile running quarterback and moves around. So who knows what he's, there's too many question marks with Cam from a health standpoint to guarantee him big contract.
No, I totally agree there. I think they got a great deal. I think this, if anything, this is what Cam wants. He got a chip on his shoulder. He'll be able to prove that he's back to being that guy we saw somewhat, maybe not the MVP season, but close to those years around it. So yeah, I'm totally excited for Cam, excited for the Patriots. I think this also shows that Belichick was never okay with tanking. He's going to put a team together. If anything, I think this might be, they might turn into this ground and pound, heavy play action team that plays really good defense. So I think, again, it might be kind of scary.
Think how many first downs they could pick up just Cam running. Moving out that Brady couldn't pick up, and you just keep a drive going and keep possession. And you score 21 points, win the game. 24 points, win. Your defense has got your back. So it does add another element to that. The problem is he's not throwing to guys. They don't have any weapons out there in New England.
Yeah. He didn't. Was he ever really throwing to guys outside of Christian McCaffrey?
I mean, he didn't even throw to McCaffrey really because he was hurt. Basically, threw for him for 8 games. Maybe he was efficient. He had Hall of Fame tight end Greg Olson, Greg Olsen was a Hall of Fame tight end. But yeah, hey, Kelvin Benjamin, man, old donut himself.
Yeah, so I mean, like, that's where I feel like if anything that translates over, it's like he doesn't like he has the great Julian Edelman, Sanu. So hopefully Sanu can have a better year than like last year, and then
N'Keal Harry.
N'Keal
Harry.
Sorry.
Yeah. They just can't get open is the problem.
Yeah. But like they have another year under the system. I'm sure that it's gonna be like way. I think it's gonna be simple. You think it's gonna complex. I think it's like, super easy. Heavy, not heavy run, but some run with some play action guys. Julian Edelman coming across the middle, Sanu, out route stuff like that. Easy things to complete. So I think his offense is gonna bump up for sure.
You can definitely add the bootleg running factor with Cam, and defenses are going to have to respect it. So you can also, who knows what the offensive line is like, because it has been a little shaky in some spots. You can kind of help them out by moving the pocket out and stuff like that. So Cam does give you a lot of mobility. He gives you a lot of flexibility in that offense. I am still worried about the injuries and him taking hits. Maybe he, like you said, he plays with a chip on his shoulder and plays a little too reckless out there, but I do love it. Just when we thought
Daniels
he's gonna take care of him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take care of him.
You do.
What do you think?
I hope. I just Cam sometimes goes rogue. It's not like Cam doesn't go rogue sometimes. Get himself in trouble.
I can agree with you. I can agree with you there. I just think that's like he's gonna try to take care of him. He's not gonna try to put him in those situations. I think he's gonna try to make him a passer, a true pocket passer, and then obviously he's going to use some of his, athletic abilities, but he's going to like, I think he's going to put him, full back in the backfield, power run, QB run type of deal going on. So we'll see though. Maybe Josh Downs strong.
I do think they could still win the division now. I mean, Buffalo's still the favorite, I think, but it's still hilarious. The AFC East, they think we finally got rid of this, and then it's like, oh shit! I tweeted the gif of the Undertaker just rising up from the dead when they here come the Pats. I think you're right. Bill wasn't okay with tanking. Obviously, I guess he either doesn't want to set this franchise up for the future, and so he's almost done. I think he's almost ready to retire. And he's kind of, get me Cam. Cam can work. We can maybe make 2 or 3 more runs at this thing. I think I saw they're the favorite in the Vegas right now to come out of the AFC with all that. Ahead of Kansas City, ahead of Baltimore. Yeah, because of the division. Yeah, win the division, you're already in. You're already in the playoffs. Because it's not like the AFC West isn't really tough. And then the AFC North, if Big Ben is back and Baker can actually play football at quarterback, the Browns are pretty freaking good. And not to mention Joe Burrow's, you got the number 1 pick at quarterback in Cincinnati. So I think that's the reasoning behind it. But
I can see that. Definitely excited for Cam. Obviously, the rumors came with it was OBJ going to end up in New England, but I don't think that's the case. OBJ tweeted out that he wants to be in Cleveland. So yeah.
I don't understand why everyone just got to go down on OBJ like, oh, he just wants to leave. He's going to get traded. It's like, guys, I've seen thousands of videos during quarantine of guys working out with other guys on other teams, probably with the same, the same trainer or whatever. Say, I don't know, agent, whatever the thing is that guys are hooked up together. Like, I saw somebody from the Vikings was working out with Chase Young. It's like, oh, we're going to,
I saw that, yeah. I heard Sam Darnold and Saquon Barkley working out together. Like, no one was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, Jets, Giants. Oh, no, here we go. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's like they're in the same area.
Exactly.
We're in the same area. Let's go work out. Saquon Barkley probably wants to work on catching the swing passes, and Sam Darnold wants to work on throwing the swing passes to Le'Veon Bell. It's really easy.
They probably be both in California, like. Yeah,
it just doesn't get as much attention. It gets more attention now than it normally does because I know guys have always done this in the off season, randomly working out at a high school somewhere.
And it's OBJ, so they like to start drama around his name.
OBJ,
I think half of the media makes OBJ drama than actually he does.
Well, OBJ did it to himself with let's see, getting in a fight with a kicking net, proposing to it, then taking a dog pee in the end zone. So maybe the media likes to sensationalize a guy who's had a history of being a little over the top.
I'll give you that.
So, but this goes into a thing I know you wanted to talk about this week. Antonio Brown was working out with Dwayne Haskins. Antonio Brown was working out with like Dwayne Haskins or something. Dwayne Haskins was throwing dots, and everybody was getting excited. And so we wanted to talk about AB.
I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to be like, look, this is the most like overrated, impressive video I've seen in like a while. But like yes, he just threw he was throwing like dimes, and they looked good. But I don't want to take too much from that video. But I'm like, man, if Haskins can figure it out like that, he threw Jared Jeudy like a 50-yard bomb, and Jared Jeudy did not move. The ball hit him right in stride and it's over his shoulder. It was a beautiful throw. But I'm not getting all up in arms about Dwayne Haskins video, but it was a beautiful pass. But yes, I want to talk about AB. John Snyder. Yeah. Out, man. Figure it out. I don't know what you got to do. You got to figure it out, though. You got to figure out what dollar amount you can make right, how you can get it reinstated, what you can do, how you talk to him, how you can, make sure he's going to be in the right fit for you guys, how you can help him, strive and just, live a like semi-normal life, not do these crazy things, I don't know if you put Russell on his arm because Russell's like very left and Antonio Brown's very right. I don't know what you do, what you figure it out, but you got to figure it out, John Snyder. Pete Carroll and John Snyder, you guys got to put this together. If one thing you do this offseason, you got to sign AB.
So here was my counter to that. Baltimore was looking into him. Seattle's going to have to overpay to get Antonio Brown to come to them because Baltimore's the cool spot. It's, got Big Truz over there. Everybody wants to play with Lamar because he's the hip young guy.
Know, but I think Drew Rosenhaus needs to tell AB if they ever get back together, if AB gets his stuff together, I'm sure Drew Rosenhaus will sign him in. He's like, listen, you do not need to go to a place like, not that like the culture's bad, but you need to go
that's his culture though. That's AB though. That's social. That's Facebook living live in the locker room. Culture. Lots of la talking, having fun, and goofing around. And plus, why wouldn't he want to stick it to Pittsburgh?
That's true.
Just
you got some great points there. Godly. But Russ, my boy Russ needs a receiver. Not that DK Metcalf's great, Tyler Lockett's great, but he needs weapons. Like he's never really had weapons. He needs weapons.
And well, if the running backs are healthy, and you have Lockett in the slot, you can put Lockett in the slot, and then play Metcalf on the one side, AB on the other, and then Will Dissly's back from was it an Achilles or an ACL, whatever he blew out.
You have Greg Olsen hanging on too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Greg Olsen's there at 100 years young.
Yeah.
So that's a good two tight. Because we saw Dissly go down and they had no second tight end option. He's thrown to some random guy off the practice squad who's making all these catches.
He was nice. He was good though.
I think it was a lot more Russell in the system than him good. So plugging Greg Olsen into that spot is a lot better. Obviously, it's going to get the job done. Like Greg Olsen gets into the end zone against San Francisco, I think, on that last play of the game to end the season.
You think he runs him over?
I think so. Or at least he sticks the ball over. He catches it clean and sticks it over because he's a professional and knows how to do that. And he's not I don't want to call him just a guy, but he was just a guy that they had out there compared to...
He's a good guy, though. He was balling.
Yeah, so I see the positives in playing with Russell, but the problem is the NFC West is stacked, especially if Kyle...
That's why you need AB.
If they need AB, I don't know if AB wants to go there. AB may want to... I told you, he wants to have fun, because Harbaugh seems to be loose on the, reins and whatever. He seems to be just a fun guy.
He's loose, but he has to get it.
He
has, there's an understanding, don't cross this line or I will mess you up. Yeah.
The team respects him, so they follow the rules, and he lets them have fun.
Yes.
While they play there.
Yes.
And I
think Pete Carroll's the same way, though.
Kind of, but Pete...
They definitely respect him, and
Pete lets the inmates run the asylum, though. That was the word. The defense was running the show there, and then they lost it all when, Russell threw the pick at the... That's why they kind of blew up there for a second. Schneider got rid of all the defensive guys there because they were causing schisms calling out Russell.
I know, but they still some would say they've missed a beat, but they haven't missed too many beats since that's happened though.
I think Pete is more of a fun guy and not necessarily a respect. I don't want to say respect guy, but it's people aren't afraid of Pete. Where I feel like guys might be afraid of Harbaugh if they cross him over. Pete just keeps giving guys leeway, and as long as they can play, he lets them go. He doesn't really care about stuff like that.
I don't know. It may be. I don't know. We'll see.
That's true. I just think
Go ahead.
No, I just think AB wants to go to Baltimore or Tampa. I mean, Tampa's now back in the mix again. I just read today.
Yeah, I saw that buzz today too. Yeah, I think that too. But I'm saying from a GM perspective, you got to figure out a way to make him want to come to Seattle. You know what I mean? You got to figure it out. For Russell's sake, you got to do it. At least if it's not for 1 year, like Russell, we gave you these weapons for 1 year. Take us over the hump now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
are they going to let Russell throw though?
I think if you get AB, you got to switch it up a little bit.
I say that, but they wouldn't let him throw when they were down 3 running backs. They were still running the ball nonsensically in the playoffs, and they wouldn't let Russell lose.
Well, you told me they like to play those type of games.
They do.
But they can't. They are trying to control the clock. Like, they know what type of team they are. Like, we can't let Russell throw the ball 2 out of 3 downs, and we run only 40 seconds off the first the series.
I do think the problem is that some of those games that they lose, that they get into close games with maybe a little bit inferior opponents, are games they could have blown open if they just let the reins loose with Russell, and they can turn a 7-10 point lead into a 17 to 24 point lead or 21 point lead, whatever. And instead they kind of do a 3 and out, run the ball twice, and then throw a 9-yard pass that's incomplete. And then they got a punt, and the team, teams get hot. It's not like the defensive secondary's lockdown back there these days.
They sound like Ryan too.
So,
like that. But
that's the right way to play in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. If you're in the playoffs, play that way with that quarterback. Don't go for the kill. Don't go for whatever. Play a tight game, and then trust your guy's going to be the guy at the end of the game. That's how Kansas City played. It's like, okay, we'll let you get a lead, and then our guy's going to take care of it. So,
bend but don't break.
It's a lot. It was a lot of break in the last few weeks of the season.
It was a lot of break, but it wasn't completely broken. Is what I would say.
Yeah, that's true. Oh god. Let's just to tab back on New England on how tough their schedule is. They have the hardest schedule in the NFL. They said. For the first time.
First place schedule, yeah.
Yes, first time ever under Belichick, which is hilarious because they've been playing a first place schedule every year.
Yeah, but they always have the AFC, East to be cupcakes. So
yeah, but they have they're at Seattle week 2 on Sunday Night Football, and then they have the Chiefs week 4 in prime time again. So, and then I think they get Miami and
was ready for that. Ready for at week 2 Sunday night at Seattle.
I'm about it.
He's ready.
I think so. Big boy. I mean, it's not like the Seahawks and the Panthers didn't have big matchups. I think Cam's going to be like, yeah, I want you, Russell.
No, I'm talking about. You think Judge Stidham's ready for that?
Oh, Stidham. Oh no, hell no. Exactly. Cam. It's gonna be Cam. Somebody pulled up their numbers at Auburn. It's like, okay, who's their last season at Auburn? Cam, Jared Stidham, Cam, Jared. I mean, maybe Jared Stidham blows us away.
At least they'll have that to bond with. If things don't go so well between the two, they'll be like, hey, we both went to Auburn, and we get bond over that. Whatever.
Does Jared Stidham? I guess everybody wants to play, but I know this came out with the contracts and stuff. We're getting a little off topic. Like Chase Daniels is making $13.5 million, and Cam and Jameis Winston are only making 10 combined. And I was like, to be fair, Chase Daniels' contract's a 3-year deal, and it's only a $1.25 million hit this year and a $4 million hit next year, and they can opt out after 2 years. And Cam and Jameis are both 1 year's deal. Jameis' deal is bad. I don't know why. He clearly just wants to learn from Breeze or take over that Saints job, because it's a cheap-ass 1-year deal that he definitely could have signed for more, I think. Yeah. It's nothing.
Take the Teddy Bridgewater approach, I think.
That's a good approach because Teddy's getting paid now, but Teddy was getting pretty decently paid to be the backup. But now they're giving that money to Taysom Hill in New Orleans.
Yeah, hey, that's true. But maybe he's taking that approach. Is like, listen, 1 year under this program, I'll learn some things. Breeze might get hurt a couple of times, but I'll go in and show I still can play a little bit, and then people want.
Hey, Chase Daniels got the life though, bag secured. I think they said for every 5,000 or every 200 pass attempts he's made in the NFL, he's made like $5 million or something like that.
Yeah, he's learned how to be a great backup quarterback,
even though he's filled in a couple times. And then people comparing the contracts. Let's not compare what the Detroit Lions paid a backup quarterback to what the Patriots and the Saints do. Two pretty well-run organizations compared to a horribly run organization like the Lions, who haven't won a playoff game since the 90s. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, no shit, it's ridiculous. The Lions aren't very smart. They're really bad.
Yeah.
But
Chase Daniels, and he holds it down for all the short guys. He's like barely 6 foot.
That of all the short quarterbacks, you're gonna say Chase Daniels holds it down for, right? Not Drew Brees, not Russell Wilson.
No. I'm talking about just like about those guys. I'm talking about the just the average. Chase Daniels pretty much like not
some average white guy, some average heighted white guy.
Exactly, from South Lake Carroll, and then he's just been making money ever since.
That's true. That's fine. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's repping our short guys. So, oh, no. How about 5'9" Kyler Murray over there? You not repping?
No, yeah. No, K1's my boy. I'm big on the Arizona Cardinals. Because I like Kingsbury, too. I think they're going to be all right. It's going to be, like you said, NFC West is going to be tough.
Do they finish? Yeah. Are they finishing in 4th place again? Woo! Are they beating the Rams? Are the Rams back?
They're gonna give people a run for their money at least. Like I don't think Kingsbury is expected to make a run for the division this year. But I think he's supposed to like ruffle some feathers when some of those games you're not supposed to win. I think that's what he's supposed to do. Be competitive at 500-ish.
Hey.
But yeah, I think so. I think I think the Seahawks will have trouble with them because they don't have the back end to really try to stop the Cardinals. If we're being honest.
But the Cardinals don't go deep anyway. Cardinals are throwing 4-yard routes all day. We can let Bobby Wagner patrol.
But you make a miss and go.
That's true. They do have Hop now. We got to see what Newt does.
That's what I'm saying. Come on now.
That's fair.
And the Rams like they'll be the Rams, and the 49ers will be the.
People think the Rams getting rid of Todd Gurley got rid of the cancer out of that locker room. That's the mumbling around there, that they're a really tight locker room again. Todd Gurley was a real issue the last year and a half with the whole no knee thing.
Really?
Yes, he was being pissy.
Interesting.
Interesting. Shit, we haven't even talked about.
Have they paid him his bonus yet?
I don't know. That was him and Clay Matthews. I think that was due. I think they did because I think that was due June 1st or something. They had a set day and it was getting paid on that day. Because him and Clay Matthews were bitching about that stuff. But, hey, if Todd Gurley's back, nobody's talked about the Falcons in that NFC South. I mean, shit. They got Ridley, Julio. Who's that tight end? Did they even have
Hooper.
No, Hooper's in Cleveland.
The Browns.
Yeah.
Cleveland, yeah. They had another one, though. They had another one.
But they got I know Matt Ryan said, yeah, I think I'm the best quarterback in this division right now. And I was like... I'll put him ahead of Breeze. I'll definitely put him ahead of Breeze.
Interesting. And they have a coach fighting for their job, so fight for his job.
Yeah,
so
but who knows if... Yeah, but he's only good when he coaches the offense, because he can't coach defense, apparently, as a defensive coordinator.
Oh, wait, I thought he never coached offense, I thought. They had the receiver coach go back and coach the defense.
I thought both teams. I thought the defense started coaching the offense, and the offense started coaching the defense. They started switching.
No,
around.
I think it was just him and somebody else. I don't think
they were trying everything when they were 2-7 or 2-6, whatever they were.
Well, the thing is, he used to be a defensive coach, so he knows. And when he got moved to be an offensive coach, then that's when the weird thing happened, because he turned to be a receivers coach. And then he started to be a really good receivers coach because he knew defense. So then when they were really bad, they're like, okay, let's flip you back over and see if you can help us. And he did.
Yeah, I feel like most coaches can probably do both. Maybe not at an elite level, but at a serviceable enough level.
Wait, is Stark still there?
I don't think so. No, he can't be still there.
Where's he at then?
I don't.
He's not back at Bama, is he?
Is he? I don't know. He's probably an offensive facilitator or whatever they call that shit. Somewhere. Did you find it? I don't know.
Oh, he's offensive coordinator at Alabama.
There you go. He's calling plays at Bama.
That's right. Okay. I feel like we knew that. I feel like that happened before. I feel like the Falcons thing never happened.
It lasted a year. I don't know. It's hard to keep track. It's hard to keep track of big name guys who constantly switch a job every year because they're a little overrated at what they do.
Yeah, for sure.
So
who's Alabama's offensive coordinator? Okay, Stephen Sarkisian. He's the offensive coordinator.
Okay. There you go. So we got that all figured out at this point. So are we even? Hey, is Bama getting? Is everybody?
I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead. I don't know who the Falcons OC is then.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. It's a bunch of.
No, it doesn't.
Well, if they believe that Matt Ryan believes he's the best quarterback in that division, and he can win that division, go right ahead, Matt. Go right ahead.
Oh, Derek Cutter's there.
Dirk Cutter, old Tampa
Yeah.
Bay's old head coach who couldn't make Winston work. Jesus, it's like a freaking carousel over there.
Yeah, it really is.
So Brady goes to the Bucks, Winston goes to the Saints, Teddy goes to the Panthers, Cam goes to the Patriots. The circle's complete.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy, man.
All right. Do we have anything else this week?
So James is the only one who didn't get a job.
No, I mean, he got the...
he didn't get a starting job.
Yeah, but he took Teddy's backup job that Teddy had in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So the rotation moved perfectly. So that means Tom Brady's going to be the backup in New Orleans.
New Orleans next. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It'll be a cold day in hell if that happens.
Yeah, no shit. All right. I think that's going to do it for us this week. You got anything else?
Stay safe.
All right, stay safe. We'll see you all next week.